G'day General Maths students. In this video we're going to use the Ti Nspire calculator to obtain a residual plot for some data. The data we're using is the soft drink, the daily temperature versus number of cans sold, which is on page 8 of the textbook. So this soft drink vending machine data. So you might want to access that data in the textbook. So we've got the Ti Nspire switched on and we go to the home screen. If you're not on this screen, you can tap that button there that's highlighted in red now and you'll get a screen that looks like mine. And we're going to go to this green button here on the screen, which is lists and spreadsheet. So we'll go into that one and we get an empty spreadsheet like this one. So I've pre-entered this data. You can see that I've got the daily temperature in the first column and number of cans sold in the second column. You might want to pause the video at this stage and enter that data, then we'll pick up where we left off. Okay, so I'll continue now. So once we've got the data entered, we have to give each list a variable name or something like that. So we could type in the word, say, temperature here. You could just use the letter T on its own, but for the purposes of this video, I'll put temp. So we just use the keyboard down the bottom and then push enter. And then over here we can just put cans. We don't want anything too long, just so that you can recognize it later on when we're doing the manipulations or the following the instructions for the calculator to get the residual plot later on. So we'll push enter there. So just even the letter T and C or even X and Y is okay most of the time. Just something that you'll understand and recognize later on as that list. Okay, so the first thing we need to do before we obtain a residual plot, at some stage we need to run a linear regression, and this is as good a place as any to do it. So we're going to obtain a linear regression. You must do that first. So we go to menu, and then number 4 here is statistics, and number 1 stat calculations, and number 3 the linear regression mx plus b. That's the one we want. So we tap on that, and the X list is the temperature list, and Y list, the dependent variable, is cans. Okay, and we get our linear regression, and if we needed to we would write that down, but the purpose of this video is to get a residual plot, so let's proceed to that. So we're going to push the home button again, that on button, and go back to this screen, and then we choose this pink button here to go into the graphs. Now you drag the arrow down and click on this axis, and we're going to have temperature, so that the independent variable, the X variable, stays the same. All right, now if we go up to this axis here, the y-axis, right, now if we were just getting a regular scatter plot of temperature versus cans, then we would click on cans, right? We get the graph of this data, but we want the residual plot. So rather than having cans on the y-axis, we're going to choose stat.resid. So the residuals will be graphed on the y-axis. So we click that, and it gives us the residual plot for that data. So the next video is going to go through all the different features of residual plot that we look for. So once you've watched that video and done the question or the example in that video, you might want to come back and look at this residual plot and decide if this indicates whether or not the linear model is appropriate for this data. Okay, thanks for watching.